Good evening from a very warm, humid, sticky, minging, horrible workshop. But yeah, sorry for last week. Went out for a cream tea and wasn't very well afterwards. But we are back, continuing the steampunk lamp, and it would only be right that we had these two joining us. So we have Mr. Wayne the Woodturner.
Good evening.
Shug himself that's just climbed over Mount Rubbish in his workshop. See, he fooled everyone, thought it was clean. Hey, how you both doing?
All right, mate, you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Been busy?
Worked this morning, playing with my new toy the afternoon, and now I've got a dog in work.
Yep.
He'll soon disappear. Right.
Nice.
Let's pop you guys back in the background. So it's a bits of show tonight. We've got the lathe. We're going to turn the bass on while the lacquer's drawn on that. We'll come over and we'll do some more on the top that we turned the other day. So while I'm starting to get the bass done, the boys can let us know who's in.
Right, let's have a look, shall we? Who have we got in tonight? So, there's 21 people watching, 6 thumbs up. Let me remind you, it's free to hit that button and it's free to leave a comment afterwards. Right, we've got the heckler himself, Andrew, HEK Woodworks. We've got Anita Ball, Doug Miller at Woodspun Round, Hodgepodge Woodworks, or it might actually be that Crazy Beaver. I'm not sure which. We've got John Scarborough, the man himself, Dale from Maple Tree Studios. You're in there as well. Did you know you're in there, Scott?
Am I? What am I doing in there?
Don't know, but I've just had a notification. You've gone live. I'm going to go and watch it. See you later.
Oh.
We've got Tony Smith and Wood Wizardry by Colin. And if there's anybody else in the chat who wants me to give them a shout out, feel
Ward
free.
Wilson's in.
Ward Wilson, he ain't popped up in the participants list. Is that Ward Wilson from the east coast of Missouri, or the other one? Ah, right, okay.
Missouri. I thought it was Texas.
No,
that's a whole nother country.
So what I'm doing now is I'm literally just putting a tenon on this side of this blank. This is a piece of elm. I wasn't fussy on wood. I just went in the workshop and whatever was first to grab is what we're turning.
Donna's just come in. And Jennifer.
Hello, Donna. And Jennifer. Is that the real Jennifer? I shouldn't ask that because you know what happened last time? The fake Jennifer turned up.
How is everyone keeping? What we've been up to? Anything exciting in this hot weather?
Nope.
Yeah, what you been up to, ladies and gentlemen? Give us a brief potted history. Come on, let's hear about it.
There we go.
Don't know, but that's a nice drop of rum.
On the rum tonight.
This is going to be an expensive week again, isn't it?
It probably is, Shug, yes.
What was that, Shug?
Well, the other week it was Wayne, then it was you, and then it was the Battle of the Makers, and then it was Wayne, and then oh man.
Talking it was Wayne, and then it was Wayne, and then it was me, and then it was whatever. We're not going to get all this finished tonight. So because Wayne can't go live tomorrow lunchtime, and I actually have one of those things called a day off. You know, where you don't do anything.
Show off.
I'm going to go live at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and we will finish this then.
Dave from Dave's Creative Metalworks in as well. Evening, Dave.
Mute it. How are we? How's the COVID?
And Mark L's in as well. Evening, Mark. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mark?
Can we hear you?
Oh, dear.
All right.
Mark L's asking, with all the streams, how do people get into their own shops? Well, most of them do it from the shop, Mark. And then some people even dare I say it, even commentate from their shop. It won't be me though, because
You can't get in yours.
Well, I can. I got in it. I got back out, but I don't think it's worth the effort to go back in again, do you? The floor's wet. I'll just leave footprints everywhere.
Now, Dave said he had the first negative test today.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Glenn's been to the USA, he's been to France, and he's going across to Ireland, I think, for a 4-day course with Glenn Lucas next week.
Oh, nice. Well done, Glenn.
Hiya, Glenn.
And Joe's in as well, and she says she's a crispy duck.
Oh, it's too warm.
And Mark L said, not going to live that down, am I? Eventually, Mark, eventually.
No, Mark,
but we're having a
you're
lot
not.
of fun with it at the minute.
This was a really horribly blank. Don't know where
Rubber
I've got
Dub Wood's in as well. Evening, mate. And
Evening.
Wadley Woodshed. Evening, mate.
So this is going to be the base of the lamp. So we're just going to put a tenon on here. Not a tenon, sorry, a mortise. And then we'll flip it around.
Flipping.
Now, you may recall from 2 weeks ago, we're making this Steampunk lamp up as we go. I have got some ideas.
But we'll no doubt have more by the end of the night.
I know.
Because that's what happened last time, weren't it? You had some ideas and then you
I know.
ended up having a load more.
I've even stripped some copper for you, Shug.
Oh, now that sounds good.
I've been playing with a cory cut.
Nice. Anita said, it's hot here in East Tennessee.
Anita, has your parcel arrived yet? I've not had no notification since I shipped it.
Well, while she's cogitating on that and waiting for a reply, Mark L said he's actually in the workshop doing a few things, but not very efficiently. If it's as hot, well, it's bound to be hotter there than it is here, but if it's as hot as it is here, not much is getting done efficiently in mine either.
What's mine? When I looked just before the live, I think it said it was 29 degrees in here.
Well, mine's on the cold side of the house, which is great in the summer, and in the winter, that well insulated now, it's still warm enough to work in. But today, when I went in there, it was showing 18 degrees when I went in, and when I came out with literally clothes sticking to me because I've been working, that fast trying to get that stuff down before it went off. Because it's only got a 3-hour set time apparently. So I'm running around like a blue-butted fly trying to do that, mate. When I came out of there, that was showing 29, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to be in here for another
Is
half
that
an
just latex that you've used, mate?
No, it's that. It's the no
compound.
Yeah, it's the no-nonsense stuff from Screwfix. But I use that on the rest of it, and I'm pretty pleased with it, to be honest. It might not be the best self-leveling out there, but compared to the floor I've got down, holy moly, it's 150% better.
If it does the job, where does it matter where
Rob
it's from?
Copperell's just come in.
Oh, yeah, Rob.
Hello, mate. Doug Miller said it's 28 or 83 here in North Kentucky currently. Holy moly.
That's warm. They're expecting something like, do they say 33, 34 on Sunday here?
Amber warning's through till Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
She gets everywhere.
Well, Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet she won't get into number 10 though. Boom, boom. All right. Let's
Douglas-
give this one a bit of sound.
Douglas is asking if I sent the drone in to lay it. No, Douglas, I did it the hard way. I got the mountaineering gear out and I climbed over the crap to get to the back of the workshop.
So you have the workshop door open because it's warm, but then your sandpaper's all stuck on the back of the workshop door. Outrageous.
Outrageous.
Who designed that?
Donna says, I used to drive my ex about aircon as I kept turning the temp up as he had me freezing. Oh, no. No, about this time that aircon would be full on. If I had it in my car, which I haven't.
You've got aircon. It's them
Me?
windy thing. It's them windy things on the door, mate.
Me? I don't have aircon, mate. I'm not posh like that. Look, the windows are sealed up on my car. They ain't got no motors in them.
Seats.
No. In fact, there's only 3 seats in a 7-seater car. You can't go wrong, can you?
No, you don't.
Let's adapt this a little bit, shall we?
Nice little bits. Okey-dokeys. So that's the bottom sanded up to 240. What we will do is we will put the hole through now, ready for the cable.
Cable.
Even brought some nice vintage cable, Shug. Look at that.
What did you get? What did you get? Did you get that cordy type stuff?
Hang on. That. Off Amazon. Alright. I want a drill bit.
That is nice, mate. That's even nicer than the one I got. I got some coppery coloured one, but it hasn't got the braids in like that.
No,
That's
that
for
was
a project I've got to do.
I think that was $1.99 a metre or something off Amazon.
Nice enough, that is. Can't go wrong, mate. Was the
So
boys
this
in?
Boys just come in.
Hiya, Roy. This is just a 6mm drill bit. We don't need a massive hole. As you can see, it's not a big cable.
Scott, what's in your blue bar at the top of the chat? Is that your...
That is my buy me a coffee. If anyone would like to...
Yeah, Dale's letting everyone know
channel.
that buying you a coffee also makes you smile. Nice.
It does make me smile.
Woodturning's by Barry's. Evening, mate. Colin said Deb loves your kilt. And because it's so warm, I can tell you he's got nothing on underneath it either. Go on, Scott. Tell him there's not a lot above it either, but
No, there ain't, mate. It's too hot. It's summer. It is a utility kilt though, so I can wear it in my workshop.
no string vests, no nothing. Scott's so natural.
So just a bit of Chestnut's acrylic sand and sealer. I've only gone for acrylic because it's the first one I've got out of the cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
So while that's doing that, we'll get some Yorkshire Grit.
I want that one.
You want that one?
I want that one.
The finest wood turning abrasive piece there is. Oh, it's already got a bit of cloth in there. Look at that. We'll rub that in with the lathe stationery.
Yeah, Colin does say, but please don't bend over then, Scott. Not during the live, anyway. You don't want to get demonetized and all that, you know how it is.
I'm not monetized yet, mate. It don't matter.
Well,
We know my channel's here for a laugh.
You know what's going to happen, mate. The complaints will go in. Ofcom will be on the phone and everything.
So with the lave on its slowest possible speed, we'll just work the Yorkshire Grit in. See, I said to my boss, because he sent a message out saying Sunday we can work in shorts. So I said, can I work in a kilt? And he said no. I think that's Scottish, isn't it? Scottish.
Is that Scottism? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. If I can wear shorts, why can't I wear a kilt?
Douglas is saying, Scott, there's no PayPal on your buy me a coffee. I don't think they work with PayPal on your.
No, they don't. Unfortunately,
they don't do buy me
a
coffee. Don't do PayPal anymore.
No, the only way to do it is through that.
Roy's the boy is wondering how Keith is. He's been away on holiday, etc.
So he's getting. There's been a little bit of improvement. There's still stuff going on that Keith wants to keep private at the moment. But he has got a long way to go, bless him. But he does appreciate everyone's messages and all the support he's got from the community. It's given him a pickup.
And Jake's just come in. Hey, Jake.
Hiya, Jake.
Evening, Jake. How the devil are you? John Scarborough's replying to Donna, who was saying, Donna said she did a couple of reels on Instagram, heard her voice, and will not be doing many more things with her voice in it. And John Scarborough says, I think most of us don't like our own voice, Donna. I think that's true, Donna. But, you know, you've only got to listen to it while you're editing it. After that, don't worry about it. Let it go free. Whoosh, out into the ether.
So, clean bit of towel. I did a TikTok video the other day and then quickly got told to take it down by my boss for some reason. Michael!
Oh, dear. Oh, Jake said he's taking a small break from his moving responsibilities. Uh-oh.
Oh, do it, Jake.
Is it dad stuff, Jake? Dad stuff.
Dad duties. Not going to open a tin with a flathead.
Rob, there's no answer to that, but some opticians now also test your hearing. I can book you in.
So this is just Chestnut's microcrystalline wax. And this is going to be the only bare wood on this project. Unfortunately, it's on the bottom, so you won't see it.
Yeah, well.
But it's worth taking the time to finish a project properly, isn't it?
Correct.
So, a little bit of wax, bit of Yorkshire Grit. It'll also help when it comes to spray painting and putting the spray lacquer on. If I do get any overspray on the base, then it'll be easier to come off.
Andy H is in as well. Hello, mate.
And Andy. There we go. So the base is done. What we'll do, we'll quickly swap chucks.
You mean the base of the base?
Yeah. It's not a buttery biscuit one though.
The buttery biscuit base. The base, the buttery base. Oh, Roy's the boy said, Scott, why have you got your wife's skirt on?
Shh, don't tell her. So the only reason...
It's a secret, Roy.
Yeah. The only reason I'm swapping chucks is because they've got different jaws on. So the other one had gripper jaws. This has got dovetail jaws on.
I've got a question for Wayne, actually. Wayne?
All right.
Where's your helmet?
Oh, that went in the bin.
He hasn't got his kilt on.
Oh.
No, as soon as Andy mentioned Prince Albert, it went in the bin.
Are you taking the piff?
The pith? Are you taking
Nope.
the pith?
Oh, it's going to be one of those nights. Right. Let's start putting some shape onto this.
Here we go. Hold on tight now, riders. Wait for the ride to stop.
So let's get rid of this tenon because this isn't going to be here. You said Andy's in. How's Andy doing with his sciatica problems?
We'll wait for an answer on that one. And Hodgepodge says, a pith with a Prince Albert? Talk about meth.
Mark is asking what's the objective again? He's making a table lamp, Mark.
It is a steampunk inspired table lamp.
Mm-hmm.
As all will come revealed in a bit.
Andy said he's slowly recovering and hoping to be back doing live soon. Nice.
Good news, mate.
Speedy recovery, mate.
Good news. Still got loads on that. Bit of a sneak preview there. Did you see that?
Sneaky.
Sneaky. Now, I don't want this totally flat, but I don't want it overly domed.
Overly domed.
Yeah, don't want it like my belly.
Overly domed, like a dome beater from Dower Bobby.
So we are just going to that lamp's in the way. How's that looking? So because I've now put a slight chamfer on there, I just need to make sure I have got a flat bit in the middle. Where are my calipers? Just because the top bit has got a flat on it, and if you don't make the middle bit flat, it's going to look ugly. Just like me.
Mm-hmm.
How's that looking? You don't want it too big.
What was the wood again, Scott?
A piece of elm.
It's elm, not ash, Douglas.
No, I thought I had some ash, but I haven't.
Well, I've probably got it all.
Yeah.
Wayne's
all
got
the ash died back in the country. Wayne's got it all. Right.
And Win and Valerie are in.
Oh, yeah.
Evening, mate. How you doing, Valerie?
Nope. It's not very easy to put a gouge between your legs with a kilton.
Are we talking circumcision here, or was it?
No, there's a bit of material in the way. Right.
Douglas says, "Real deep." Nah, not real deep. Sorry,
Oh, real deep.
not real deep.
Alright. So it's slightly too large in diameter at the minute, so we'll take some off.
Who misses? That's what she said.
You ready for a sneak peek again, Chuck?
Go on, mate. Let's have a sneak peek. Oh, someone's been busy.
Someone's been playing with their new cry cut.
Yeah, somebody's been having a little fiddle with it, haven't you?
Colin's at least it's not a full moon tonight. I think it is, Colin.
Yes, I think you'll find it is.
I say it's going to be one this week at some point.
No, it started the full moon last night and tonight because it's one of those super moons.
I know
Dave's,
Monday night when I was working, going, ooh.
Dave said, "Don't take anything off." It's a bit late, Dave. He's took a bit off now. Oh dear. Paul Kavanagh's in as well. Evening, Paul. Mark L says, "Depends on whether or not Scott drops something into the camera view, Colin." It's a full moon the night tonight.
I would like to keep my video on YouTube. I think they may take it down if anything like that happens.
I believe it's all right as long as it's in context.
In context.
I've heard that mentioned a few times, so I just thought I'd throw it out there for you.
Oh. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh.
You be careful, don't get too small, Scott.
No, I'm not.
Me either, Mark, but you know, you just got to throw it out there.
Now what's being said?
Mark L said, "You can think of no context in which that would be okay." Just saying.
And in answer to Doug, yes, mate, you can share your new video. You might not be able to do it, but if you send the link to one of the boys, then
if you want to send it to me or Wayne, we can pop it in for you, mate.
I still think that's
I know you've got me on Facebook. I'm pretty sure you probably got Wayne as well. So yeah, just whop it to one of us on a messenger, and we'll whop it in the post with a self-addressed envelope.
Is that a Blue Peter moment? Right. So what I've got is some little brassy, bronzy upholstery pins that are going to go around.
Brassy goodness. Have you got to hammer them in, or are you going to pre-drill to put them in?
So I am going to pre-drill.
I'm going to
but
say,
what I am
be very
gonna do
careful.
is take a little bit more off the top because I've got it's too high for what I want. What I should have done is done the side before I did the top, but hey ho.
These things happen.
Right,
Dale said, and he's doing his auctioneer piece. He says, "Can we start the bidding for a candid picture of what Scott is wearing up his kilt?"
I can assure you, it is being worn like a true Scotsman.
Right, let me just open this again. Dale says, "What? As in a pair of trousers?" Ward Wilson has bid $10. Oh, sorry, no. Ward Wilson has bid negative $10.
Is that for me to keep it on, or
Yeah, I think basically he's saying, "Keep it on."
Oh, where did them calipers go? There. I've just got to put that flat bit back in the middle.
Yep, I got it, Doug. Just give me a sec, mate, and I'll get that put up.
All right. So that's the flap for that bit. So the base is there, and then we just got to put a recess in for just add the calipers. The tenon, which if I remember rightly, is about 26mm because that's the size spanner I used.
There we go. That's the link to Doug's if you want to check that out later on.
Now I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to turn it into a funnel.
Douglas is saying, question, Scott, I thought an old brass was something different. If it was an old brass monkey.
Door 60's just come in.
Hi, door.
Hello, Doug.
Oh, I thought that's been really clever putting that on there, but it ain't. Because we need to make sure it's going to fit in there. Guess what?
Hodgepodge is asking, when you take the photo, Scott, have you got to use a macro lens? Oh. It's terrible, isn't it? Terrible.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Outrageous,
Probably
isn't it?
zoom.
Zoom lens. I thought
Yeah,
I was going to have to do it panoramic.
700 zoom.
Zoom.
That's a little bit deep. Okay. Deep. So what I'll do is I'll get it sanded, and then before we spray it, we'll put the indexing system on.
It may have been Douglas. He may well have used a microscope, but you know. I'm glad you said Kenobi. No. Oh.
Old Man River Woodturners just come in.
Oh yeah.
Hello, man. That's a quiet drilling.
Yeah.
And Steve Fleming's just come in.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
How's that again? A little bit of tear out in that corner. What I'm going to have to do is I'm not going to get in there with a drill.
Dale has a question for you, Scott, and he said, question. When you sit on that stool in the background, in the kilt, do you wind up with paint flecks around your hormones? He's not answering that one, Dale. In case he incriminates himself.
I haven't sat down with it.
Wayne, did you clock that one? Douglas said, Shug, have you made enough room for the VB in the shed?
More than enough room.
Oh, dear. If only.
There we go.
And everybody thinks that layer is absolutely huge. It's only got a 2 foot by 2 foot footprint.
Yeah, I was quite surprised because you know, you see it turning that big bowl, and then when I went to Glyn's and actually saw it, I was like, it's not as big as you think. To be fair, don't get me wrong, it's still a beast, but
yeah,
I wouldn't want to lift it up. Let's put it that way.
All right. So let's take the chuck off.
You want to see the
Chuckle
job
Brothers.
Glenn and I had getting it on the back of the van when we moved it. There was Glenn mean an engine hoist.
So this is the Robert Sorby indexing system that was very kindly given to me by Andy H. Thank you very much, Andy. Goes on there.
On that one.
Trying to remember how it all goes together. I've only used it a couple of times.
See. Now this is similar to what I want to knock up for my lathe, because obviously I've got no way of indexing on that. I would have had if I'd have kept that other chuck, and but I never thought of that at the time.
Right, Paul Lockwood did a very good video on making an indexing system.
Is that the one out of MDF that was made?
It was either out of MDF or out of ply that he did. One of the two.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that one. but I'm thinking I might make a disc like that. Use the bench drill and actually make, drill the holes through the steel.
No, it's a little bit fiddly getting it on this one because of the motor.
Scott. You can do it.
Yeah, Mark Ellis said he said about the footprint of the VB. He saw it on a German website and he was surprised at the small footprint. Yeah, everybody thinks it's an absolutely huge lathe, but space-wise, it doesn't take up a lot of space.
You probably want to leave a fair bit around it though, because of the size of the material you can put on it.
Well, there is that. You need to leave probably around about a couple of foot behind it. Obviously for the tool rest.
Yeah.
Because that is big.
We want that bit, and we want that bit. Can everyone see from that view, or will it be easier if I switch it to the overhead view?
It'll be easier with the overhead, I think. Yeah, definitely.
Switch to overhead. How's that?
That's all right. That's all right like that, mate.
David Nichols just come in.
Hi, David.
Hello, mate.
Remember to unplug your lathe, Scott.
Yep.
Wayne Bigfoot said, Douglas, buy VB if you mean Victoria Beckham. Yes. Anything else? No. Correct, Wayne. Correct. That's the right one.
All right. So that's going to spin free for a minute.
Dale's made a suggestion about the camera, mate. He says,
Yep.
Can we have the tummy cam?
Belly, I'll take, It's not a belly. So I'm just going to put a line around for the middle. About that. And then we're going to turn off the lathe. So I don't risk turning the lathe with this on. I don't want to ruin it. And I don't want to make a mess.
Douglas says, Wayne, why would you know about switching off the lathe?
What?
The amount of times.
Scott, if ever you're going to be doing any drilling like this on the lathe, it is very easy to make a drilling jig.
Yep.
All you do is get a piece of turn a piece of dowel, put it into the tool post, into the banjo, and drill a hole through it.
Oh, I like that idea. Do you know what? I might have to do one then. Right, so we'll go 1.
Ward's got to scoot off.
3.
Catch you later, Ward.
So we'll just mark them for now.
And Colin said, should have got a record lathe. It's got built-in indexing on mine. Yeah. I would have had a record lathe had I found one at the same price as the lathe I've already got. But as it is, I think this may be my last wood lathe, my forever lathe, to be fair. Now it's done. It's a cracking little lathe.
And Douglas has said, Wayne, why would you know about switching off the lathe? Well, Douglas.
He may have been there before.
It may be more than once that it's been turned on, or nearly.
So I'm just going every other one at the moment.
Yeah, I thought to ask about the pre-drilling because I have tried to whack these.
Oh, they're a nightmare. They bend and all sorts.
I have tried to whack these into wood before, through leather into wood. Went through the leather fine, went into the first I don't know, 4 or 5 mil of the wood fine and then just bent like you'd never believe. You're right, Douglas. It probably would do everything I need. However, the workshop has to share a lot of priorities with a lot of things. It
You can
shares
do long stuff.
it shares space with 3 welders, several other things, a metal lathe, 2 pedestal drills,
And a partridge in a
in a
pear
pear
tree.
tree.
And Gav's just come in.
Hiya, Gav.
Evening, Gav.
And he says, Scott, that lathe has indexing. Yeah, it's a separate system, Gav. It's a bolt on.
Yes,
Happy
you've got it,
days.
Douglas, and it has to share it with 149 cases of rum. If only. I'm going to have to beg the wife to go out tomorrow and get me one for Saturday.
Only one for Saturday.
Yeah, well, I can't have any more than a bottle.
So now I've marked them. I'm just going to quickly go around
And make sure they're deep enough. Yeah,
make sure they're real deep.
real deep.
How are we doing on time?
No, Douglas, just one.
Coming up 10-2.
I ain't got the money for a case, but one day it could happen.
Neil's got to go back to work.
See you later, Dale. Cheers for popping in.
Don't let Uncle Shug scare you with his Johnny Depp impression. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. See you later, Dale.
Mark Ellis said that his lathe's got an indexing system built in, but doesn't have a spindle lock. And the manual tells you not to use the indexing system as a spindle lock. Yeah, because it's not strong enough, Mark.
No, this is just a bit of press steel.
Oh, that makes sense. No, Gav's saying that the lathe has indexing without a jig. Does it?
Yeah, that's on the spindle lock, and it's not very brilliant.
Ah, right.
All right, there we go. So, before I use spray paint and ruin my nice indexing jig, let's get rid of it now.
That's it. Take it out of the way.
I'm piling everything on the workbench that we want to go on in a minute. And that can come off.
Yeah, it's quite a good little jig, that.
Very nice. Really appreciated Randy for that. All right. So, we've got the shape. We've sanded it up. We've marked the holes for the indexing. So the only thing left to do for a minute on this one is to paint it black. Oh, turn the lathe on.
Douglas is saying the back of his SC4 has holes in it, but it doesn't have anything to use as a locating pin. Douglas, something a bit similar to what Scott's just bolted on there could be made out of plywood, mate. Like Wayne said, Paul Lockwood did a video on it, so look it up, mate. It's probably a cracking thing if you want an indexing system.
Right,
So
Doug's asking who's got the dinging. That's Shug getting messages through.
Yeah, because I forgot to. I say I forgot. I was a bit busy and I didn't have time to mute it before the live. It goes mad.
Now, those of you who have seen me with spray paint before, I don't normally protect my chuck, but this one's quite new, so we will. And we're just going to use Chestnut's Urbanising lacquer.
Andrew's got to scoot off. He's got an emergency at work. Andrew, catch you later, mate. Have a good
See you
one.
later, Andrew. Right. So while we leave that to dry, let's go over to the other lathe.
Oh, that's mad.
No, that's the bald head. So this is identical lathe to what's over there. It's just no motor, no control box. It's one I am in the midst of rebuilding. So what we're going to do, we'll start some of the decoration on here.
Sweet.
Yeah. So take the spindle lock off and make sure I can get to the hand twisting knob.
Who missus?
So,
Oh dear.
and all I've done is I've just put the tailstock and light pull drive back in on here. Just get rid of some of the dust. So this piece here,
You wouldn't be able to do that with a tissue in my workshop, Scott.
this piece here, as Shug suggested last time, that's not very centre, is it? Let's move back a bit. Is going to have copper wire.
Oh, sweet.
Now, what I did earlier on was I stripped some copper wire and wrapped it around this, just so it's got some pre-tension. The top bit here that we textured last time will go back on the lathe. This will go back on the lathe, and we'll sand that down. So hopefully we'll just end up with the black lines in the texturing. And then this bit is where the cry cut comes in. So I was going to use
That bag of gears.
these bag of gears.
Yes.
However, they don't bend very well. And seeing as this is shaped, I tried bending. I've tried different ways of heating them up, and then it discolors them.
Yeah.
So, with the help of a cry cut,
Well done, mate. Well done.
these are just cut out of vinyl, and it means we can put them on randomly or where we want them. So we're going to start that for a minute. I've got a couple of big ones.
Gav saying that's a nice bit of spindle turning, Scott.
Cheers, Gav. Now I managed to do all the I think they call it weeding, where you pick all the bits out you don't need.
Yeah, yeah.
And I put the
I only found that out because my sister kept telling me, "Oh, you do the weeding," and I went, "Nah, I'll leave that to the missus. Garden's her domain."
There's a little cry cut tool. So this is all experimental for me, guys.
Andy's got to go, so we'll see
you
everybody
later,
soon.
Andy.
Andy, see you later. Speedy recovery, mate. Hope you feel better soon.
Hey, there we go. So those that don't know what actually it's a cricket, and it's not a cry cut.
It
I
depends.
call it
Some people call it cricket. I call it cricket.
Yeah.
I think it's right, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
As long as you don't call it potato.
Potato.
You say potato and I'll say tomato.
Now, I don't know what it's going to be like on the shape. We might have to do some jiggery pokery.
With the Stanley blade or something.
Tommy's workshop's just come in.
Hiya, Tommy.
Hello, Tommy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take that transfer tape off. Now we've got them roughly where we want them.
You see, I said potato. Donna said, no, it's tatty. Tat, Daddy squads!
Oh, there you go. Look, it's going on better without them.
There you go.
Yeah, so that big one just needs...
Yeah, just slit it with a craft blade and then fold it over itself.
Yeah.
Fingers.
That's it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Real deep. So we'll go with the other...
Deep.
we'll go with the other big one. Roughly around the other side. If we do need more, then I can always...
Sometimes, Scott, less is more. You don't want to do too much.
Nah.
It's hints of steampunk without overloading it, because you're tying it in with the other things as well.
Yeah.
This is something I found with that table project. One of them, I think. I look at it now, and that sits on my side of the settee, because I'm like, yeah, that reminds me that sometimes you have to know when to stop. And I didn't. Wayne's asking Gav if he's there at the weekend at the show at Taylor's. And Hodgepodge is saying 2 big ones is too much, Scott. Oh dear. I think there's a double entendre in there somewhere.
Oh, Andy's just come in.
Hi, Andy.
And Steve
Hello,
said he's
mate.
good to go.
Catch you later, Steve.
A little bit of jiggery on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonky gear. Never mind.
Won't be the first time, mate.
Steampunk, innit?
That's it. That's it. Cut right through it. You got it.
It'll probably end up getting burnt anyway.
Oh, I don't think so, mate. I think that's looking good. There you go.
There we go. And we've got a couple of small ones just to put on at random places.
See, the small ones are going on easier,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't get away with all small gears. So yeah, that works well.
This was a Google search about 6 o'clock this evening.
Markel's got a scoot, so he's going to finish watching later. He's got a meeting he's got to take part in.
See you later, Mark.
Catch you later, Mark. He says he'll see. He says he'll see and hear you later. Yeah, mate. Can you hear me? See you later, Mark. Have a good one, mate.
Not sure about this transfer tape.
Yeah, I'm not good with the transfer tape, but luckily Kaylee is, so she gets drafted in whenever we have a cry cup problem.
How quick can you get her down here?
Oh, a couple of hours, mate. It'll be a couple of hours.
Outrageous.
I got work in the morning, so I'm not looking forward to that. No, you have to wait.
We'll get there. What are we at there?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Okay. Have a little one.
Yeah, Colin said Wendy's closer.
I must say, thank you to Wendy. When I was there the other day doing electrics, I was like, I've had this cry cup 2 weeks. I've not used it because I don't know how. And Wendy very kindly showed me how to use it.
They're not too bad, are they? Quite
No.
surprised me. They're relatively
And
relatively self-explanatory.
what I'll do is after the live, I'll put a link in. There's a channel that Wendy put me onto. Jen, I can't remember what it is. But she's fantastic with it.
Yeah, there's quite a few because that's what we did. You what, Wayne?
Did the Gens make it?
Might be.
I'm sure that's who I started on. Something like that. That I started watching.
Gav's asking, is it a printer? No, Gav. It's basically it's a cutter. It will cut several different materials. You can actually use it to draw on as well, but its main seems to me its main principal usage is actually for cutting vinyls, etc. Did you say earlier on something about burning? Because Baz has turned up. Bernie LeBaz.
Bernie LeBaz. How are we?
Evening, mate.
Sorry for your loss earlier on, mate. Sometimes losing a pet's harder than losing a relative. They've been a big part of your family, haven't they? Let's go there with that one.
And Barry Chitty's in as well. Evening, Barry.
Hiya, Barry.
Yes, Gav, a bit similar to what sign writers use for vans, etc., but a smaller domestic version you can have in your house. You can do transfers for t-shirts and all sorts on it, mate. It's cracking. I think
take a fair bit of space.
Hasn't Jamie's mum got one that does
for a cake decorating?
I'm going to say does cake decorating,
printer, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's from Cricket though, isn't it? I think, or do they do one?
Sure, not sure, mate. Go there. It's really hard being random sometimes.
Yeah. Just when you think it's random, you look back and you go, "What?
How's that looking?"
That's looking good, mate.
Right. Let's. How's this Ebonize and lacquer doing? I'll tell you what. We'll take that off the lathe because I can give that another coat after the live.
Sounds like a plan.
Actually, let's do it now. Let's do it. We've got a little bit of time left, haven't we?
Birds do it, bees do it. Even educated fleas do it.
As I said, we'll finish the lamp tomorrow, but okay. Let's do the copper by hand. So,
I think that last you're talking about is Jennifer Maker.
Right.
Oh,
I think.
So I will have a look after the live and put the link in the description. It's like Zebedee, this stuff now.
Time for bed, said Zebedee.
Copy that.
We are going to have to go for the slightly bigger drill bit, which has vanished.
It like a wrinkling ninja.
Right, I've just put the link into the chat.
Cheers, Wayne.
For Jennifer Maker.
Nice one, mate. Colin said it's a slinky. It is indeed.
It is. So I did do that on the lathe. It's not something I would recommend.
Not unless you're wearing a kilt and you've got balls of steel.
You got another pair of hands, mate. I got my my good lady wife to come out and do the on-off button for me.
Well, thank God for that. I thought you was going to say the closet then for a minute ago.
We need a bit more tension on that. You know what? It might be easier on a lathe.
It's going to be tricky.
Yeah, it'll be tricky, especially at the speed
Yeah.
your lathe goes.
Yeah.
And I don't think that pre-twisting it has made the job easier.
Pre-twisting it would work, but what you'd want to do, Scott, is you'd want to shroud the top with a cut plastic bottle.
Yep.
The top, where you've got the dome above it and the textured area, and slide it over the top rather than trying to twist it on. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to keep on getting kinks.
Yeah. So, as this was a bit of twin and earth, this bit can go for the scrap man.
The scrap man.
And before tomorrow's live, I'll strip the other bit. So we'll leave the copper on that. We'll do that tomorrow's lunchtime's live. It is not going to take a long while to put the electrics on. And copper being the price of copper at the moment, that can go in the bin. Ready for the scrap man. So let's go back to the lathe. Let's see how we're doing on this. And whether we can get this bit finished this evening. What's the time?
It's 8 minutes past 9, mate.
That's still a little bit tacky on the top, but if we're careful, we can start to get the pins in, and then we'll do the vinyl last.
Scott's using double-sided sticky tape, but if you're at home, you can use glue. It's a Blue Peter moment. Yeah, that's it, mate.
And this is just a nylon hammer.
And Dave's off as well.
See you later, Dave.
Catch you later, Dave.
These you chilly kilts.
Laurie's in. Evening, Laurie.
Evening, Laurie. Come with pockets for your tools, but I don't come with hammer.
And Barry's off as well.
Catch you later, Barry.
See you later. How's that looking? That's the wrong view, isn't it? We want the top view for that.
Well, from here, it's looking a bit like Slash's top hat, mate.
No one's shouting camera.
Nah, mate, we were quite happy leaving you to it. You was working away.
One tip, if you are going to do this, is don't buy these upholstery nails from Homebase. You can get them cheaper on a good auction website. Or that other website that's just had a Prime Day.
Oh, not that other website.
Homebase. Well, take your arm, your leg, probably a couple of kidneys.
And a can of fuel.
Yeah, and a can of fuel. As I found out, because I couldn't find the ones I've got.
Douglas is asking, is the hammerhead goyloid? I'm going to leave that to Scott because I've no idea.
I don't know.
It's plastic.
It's just a nylon hammer. You could use a metal hammer, but I don't want to.
You could use a copper hammer if you got one.
Mate, if you saw my brass hammer, you'd have issy fit. It's been used for everything.
I have a couple of pieces of brass. I don't know where the bigger one of the two is, but I know where the smaller one is, that we used to use for lathe tool adjustment. So if you just want a tiny little, you just give it a little tap with the big piece of brass. You know what I mean? And you could get it exactly where you wanted it. Well, that ended up in the metal lathe the other week because I was like, yeah, I want to try it out, but I don't want to try it out with the piece of steel because I ain't got the right tool in yet.
Look at that shock.
And it's now half the size. Oh, battered.
It was like that when I got it.
Yeah, this piece is now half the size and half the weight it was. And there's a lot of shavings on the floor. And well, there was a lot of shavings on the floor underneath it.
We'll leave it on that one. So I'm just going to use my heat gun just to... Still a little bit tacky, that lacquer. Just bear in mind, if you are doing this, keep the heat gun at a fair distance. You don't want it to bubble.
UFO. That's where it is now, Scott. It's a UFO.
Could be a UFO. You know what we should have done? We should have put flashing lights in it. a little smoke generator underneath. How's that doing?
Dun 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 dun.
That's
Captain
better.
Scarlet.
All right. Let's take this. You put tape on the chuck. Can't get to the holes.
It weren't me. Not guilty.
So we'll carefully take it off the chuck. Put that to one side for a minute. So this will be the last bit we do tonight, and then I said 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to cover for Wayne, and we will get this wrapped up, finished, and lit up. So it's just a scrap bit of ply there.
Are you going to drill a channel through the base for the wire to go through?
Did that earlier, Wayne.
Yeah, he did that right at the beginning, mate. There it is, look. Yeah,
No.
look, a little hole.
No, through the base, from the side.
No, what I'm going to do is I have got some nylon little nailing feet.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Stop lifting that up. That I'm going to put in. So I'm just pushing this down, because this earlier on was a pig tweed, and I do not want to ruin it. You will see how fiddly. So this was my first ever cut on a cry cut. Learning experience.
Mine was my logo, mate, and it was nice and easy.
This wasn't.
It wasn't so easy when I scaled it down though and made it so that it was only about 15 mil tip across the tip, and I was like, no.
But if this comes off, I think it's gonna look a little bit awesome. Here, let's come over there. Move that to one side, just so people can see what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. That's why it's easy. Easy like Sunday morning. He's got it.
Now what we've got to do is get it on there.
Whoa, Scott.
Ideally.
Scott,
Yes,
whoa. Whoa, that's not 12 o'clock there, mate.
Shug. I can call you all sorts of names then.
You can do, but mute your mic first, mate.
I just
Yeah.
thought, you know, Steampunk has to have a clock on it, doesn't it?
You're
Clocks, gears.
dead right, mate. Colin's saying it's a bit like the laser engraver. That's a hell of a learning curve, especially when you're not good with computers.
See, I didn't have much problem with my laser engraver. But this, because you've got all, I don't know how well it's shown up in here, but like really thin bits have got to come out.
Yeah.
The X and the B.
There was a big debate about Roman numeral clock faces somewhere the other week, because quite a few Roman numeral clock faces have the number 4 as just 4 instead of the 1V or the IV.
Yeah.
It's just 4 single strokes.
Yeah.
Ah.
How big a debate was it, Wayne? Was it a mass debate?
Oh, it was definitely a mass debate. Yeah.
I'm not commenting. I'm trying to concentrate.
Oh, dear. It's looking good, though, buddy. Come on, you can do it.
I son of a.
No, you got it, mate. You got it.
Yes, Laurie, we did.
What was that?
Laurie said, "Oh no, you did not say that. It's just a very large debate, you know, a debate of the masses."
It's not what they do in Parliament, isn't it?
Oh well, allegedly, Scott. You have to say allegedly when you say that.
Right. There's a few little bits that I'll
Hodgepodge says it was fun. It was funny to hear Wayne just said about 4 strokes before saying it was a mass debate.
Right. So that's as far as we're going to go tonight because my nerves are like, whoa. But I think you'll agree. That's looking
That is looking good, mate.
pretty funky. So
Yeah.
tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we'll get. I might even do the copper tonight, so that's on there. But we'll get all the wire, the head, and everything all mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
And a really funky little filament lamp.
Yeah, you got to have them old ones. I like them.
Let's bring the boys back in.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
So, thank you very much, guys, for coming in. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with me. It's been a little bit longer than what I planned tonight, but we've done some fiddly bits. What I'll probably do overnight is just get that coat of lacquer as well, just to help that
Yeah.
stay on there. But we don't need to see that done on camera. So, for now, that's it. Until tomorrow lunchtime. Shug, thanks for helping. Wayne,
No problem, mate.
thank you very much.
No bother.
Oh,
I'm going to do a Wayne. You know, I'm just going to keep talking and go like that.
And just press the button. Ding! Think you might have got that wrong, Scott.
Yeah, I think you got that wrong.
Should we just hang around now and have our own life?
Yeah, we'll just do that.
I meant to press it.
Yeah, I know what you meant to do. That's what we said. We were just going to have one then. We were going to go and have a live. We were.
Right. I shall see you all later.